Welcome back to the Full Movie Recap channel. Today, I'll be discussing a movie titled The Mother. Let's dive straight into the storyline. The narrative opens with a pregnant woman named Jennifer providing critical information to the FBI. Jennifer has been involved with two of the most notorious criminals, Hector Alvarez and Adrian. At the moment, she's being questioned by two FBI agents, William and Michael. During the interrogation, Jennifer agrees to collaborate with the FBI. She shares details about the illegal global arms trade orchestrated by Hector and Adrian. In exchange for her cooperation, she seeks leniency and protection, as her role as a key witness places her in significant danger. Jennifer also admits that she had intimate relationships with both criminals. As she begins to share more insights, Jennifer warns the agents that the location they're in isn't secure, believing Hector and Adrian are tracking them. Despite her warnings, Agent Michael dismisses her concerns and accuses her of trying to deceive the FBI. However, events quickly take a dark turn. In the chaos that ensues, William attempts to call for reinforcements but is shot in the process. Thinking quickly, Jennifer helps William by using adhesive to stop the bleeding from his gunshot wound. She then crafts an explosive device, positioning it near the bathroom door. Shortly afterward, the bomb that Jennifer had made detonated, engulfing Adrian in flames. Later, in a hospital, Jennifer gave birth to a healthy daughter. Shortly after, Jennifer was visited by a female FBI agent named Malia, who informed her that 7 agents were killed in the incident but Adrian's body was missing, suggesting he might still be alive. Malia then asked Jennifer to sign a letter transferring custody of her daughter for safety reasons. Reluctantly, Jennifer and her daughter were separated until the FBI managed to capture Hector and Adrian, who were still at large. The news broke Jennifer's heart, but for her daughter's safety, there was no other choice. Afterward, Jennifer went to see Agent William, who was still alive thanks to the emergency care she provided. Jennifer told him that she would sign the custody transfer only if her daughter were placed with a good family, and promised that William would provide updates on her condition on every birthday. William agreed and assured Jennifer that her daughter would be safe. Jennifer then traveled to a remote island in Alaska to hide. She was greeted by an old friend, Johns, who escorted her to the hiding place. Time passed, and 12 years later, as Jennifer was about to return home from a hunting trip, Johns handed her a letter about her daughter, Zoe. Jennifer felt uneasy because the letter arrived earlier than expected. Today was not Zoe's birthday. The letter was from one of William's agents, inviting her to meet at a delivery center at 5 a.m. Later, Jennifer met with William. She immediately asked if her daughter was in danger. William explained that if troops had just raided one of Hector's men at a weapons warehouse and found a photo of Zoe there, indicating Hector had tracked her down after all these years. Jennifer then went to Zoe's school and watched her daughter from a distance to ensure her safety. However, she spotted a suspicious red van approaching the school's grounds, prompting her to get ready for action. At that moment, she saw a man with a tarantula tattoo on his neck. Yanel, one of Hector's men. Yanel and his group intended to kidnap Zoe, but Jennifer tried to prevent it by shooting several of Yanel's associates. However, due to a traffic jam, Yanel managed to take Zoe away. One of Yanel's men then approached the car park where Jennifer was hiding, trying to lure her out. But Jennifer, who had no qualms about being ruthless, got into a car and drove directly at him. Jennifer was frustrated with the FBI for not anticipating this, especially after her daughter's picture was found. She believed Hector deliberately orchestrated the kidnapping to draw her out of hiding. Determined, Jennifer vowed to eliminate Hector and his crew one by one. After that, she planned to return Zoe to her foster parents. That evening, Jennifer visited Zoe's foster parents' house. She was relieved to see that her daughter was well cared for by a loving family. The next day, Jennifer and William traveled to Havana, Cuba, to begin their mission to locate Zoe. They visited a small bar, hoping to find leads on Yanel. Unexpectedly, Yanel showed up at the bar, and Jennifer managed to confront him and capture him. Initially, Yanel denied knowing Zoe's whereabouts, but after repeated torture and threats, he finally confessed that Zoe was being held at the Afila plantation under tight security. Jennifer, though wary, decided to proceed there regardless of the risk. Before leaving, Yanel taunted Jennifer, which only fueled her anger. At the end, she tended to William's wound. During their conversation, William asked Jennifer how she got involved with Hector and Adrian. Jennifer explained that it all began in Afghanistan. At the time, she was a special forces soldier. Adrian, her superior, recruited her to join a mafia group he had formed during their military mission. This group was engaged in an illegal arms trade. Jennifer agreed to join because she was romantically involved with Adrian. Eventually, Adrian gave her her first mission as a hitman, to act as a protective sniper for Hector Alvarez, one of Adrian's business partners. Jennifer also became romantically involved with Hector without Adrian's knowledge, until she became pregnant. One day, Jennifer grew suspicious that Adrian and Hector were hiding something. She secretly investigated a container filled with weapons intended for Russia. Eventually, she discovered that they were not only dealing in illegal arms but also human trafficking. With a lingering conscience, Jennifer decided to make a deal with the FBI, requesting leniency and protection for her unborn child. When William asked if Zoe was Adrian's or Hector's child, Jennifer replied, "Zoe is neither Hector's nor Adrian's child. Zoe is my daughter." That evening, Jennifer and Williams arrived at the Fila plantation, where they were scouting Hector's base. Inside, they discovered Zoe locked in a room. After rescuing Zoe, Jennifer decided to search for Hector. When she found him, Hector greeted her with a gun. He questioned whether Zoe was his daughter, still bitter over Jennifer's betrayal that had ruined his business with Adrian and led him to be wanted by the FBI. Cornered by Hector, Jennifer managed to turn the situation around and swiftly killed him. The next day, the three of them quickly returned to America. Despite not knowing each other well at first, Jennifer and Zoe started to bond. Jennifer grew a bit envious seeing Zoe's closeness with William, who seemed like a father figure. Just before leaving, Zoe asked if Jennifer was her mother, to which Jennifer replied, "No, you're not my daughter." She explained that revealing the truth might disrupt Zoe's happy teenage years. However, Zoe already suspected Jennifer was her mother and wondered why she wasn't being honest about it. On their way, William's car was suddenly struck by another vehicle, Adrian and his men. When Adrian tried to grab Zoe, Jennifer intervened to protect her. She followed William to make sure Zoe was safe. Despite her efforts, Adrian quickly dealt with William but told Zoe to run. Jennifer lit a match and set William's leaking car on fire, causing an explosion to distract the attackers. After confirming Zoe's safety, Jennifer called Zoe's foster mother to assure her that Zoe was with her and safe. She promised to return Zoe once everything was secure, and they made their way to a secluded island hideaway. Months later, Jennifer began teaching Zoe practical survival skills like driving, hunting, and shooting. Her strict nature made Zoe uncomfortable, prompting her to ask to return to her foster parents. Zoe also pressed Jennifer for answers about why she was being pursued and what had happened. Jennifer promised to explain everything when the time was right, emphasizing that teaching Zoe to protect herself from danger was her top priority. One morning, Jennifer woke to find Zoe gone. She had been playing with wolf cubs when one of them bit her hand. Jennifer took Zoe to a clinic to treat the wound. Unbeknownst to Jennifer, Zoe inadvertently revealed her real name to the medical staff, which allowed Adrian's men to track them through the digital network. Realizing the danger, Jennifer entrusted Zoe to Johns, expecting Adrian to come after them. She also left a letter for Zoe to read when it was safe. Sure enough, Adrian and his men showed up the next day. Johns informed Jennifer about their arrival, allowing her to prepare for the confrontation. That evening, Zoe found and read the letter Jennifer had left for Johns. In it, Jennifer admitted that Zoe was her daughter and expressed that leaving her with someone else was the hardest decision she made but the right one for Zoe's safety. In the letter, Jennifer revealed her unspoken love for Zoe and her willingness to die to protect her. After reading it, Zoe understood. She left without informing Johns. Meanwhile, Jennifer readied her weapons as Adrian and his men closed in on her hideout. Adrian realized the island was booby-trapped with explosives. After destroying Jennifer's house, he tasked his men with searching for her. Jennifer managed to eliminate one of Adrian's men and disguise herself as one of them. Meanwhile, Zoe's car skidded on the road, and Adrian's men caught her. Jennifer immediately gave chase. Together, Jennifer and Zoe climbed a tree to observe their surroundings. Guided by Zoe, Jennifer managed to take out all of Adrian's men, but Adrian targeted Zoe, holding a gun to her head. He ordered Jennifer to come down and face him. If she refused, he'd shoot Zoe. Reluctantly, Jennifer complied, telling Zoe to run for help. Zoe tried to aim at Adrian from a distance, but the fight between Adrian and Jennifer made it hard for her to get a clear shot. In the end, Zoe decided to climb down and shoot from up close. Unfortunately, her shot hit Jennifer instead, leaving her unconscious. Adrian managed to capture Zoe and take her away. Jennifer regained consciousness and, with her last strength, shot Adrian in the heart, killing him instantly. Not long after, Zoe rushed to Jennifer and hugged her tightly. A week later, Jennifer fulfilled her promise and returned Zoe to her foster mother. Afterwards, Jennifer chose to stay nearby to keep an eye on her daughter's safety as a protective mother.